Hello, my beautiful love goods, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I thought I would give you all a little tutorial, just a little tip video for you all. You all have seen this shelf on my channel as well as many other channels by now, I will say, but this is just a little, trick that I use to clutter up tables and countertops and the tops of refrigerators and shelves and just all sorts of stuff, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. But I just want to really quickly show you the actual item that helps me do that. This is the OMSP shelf by Picture Amoeba here. Is it Picture Amoeba? Picture Amoeba? I don't know. But they are an amazing CC creator. They do a lot of recolors and just such good CC. It's almost too much. That's how amazing it is. And they also do some reshades, as you can see. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. This shelf is basically a shelf that has 200 slots. It has an invisible swatch, so as you can see here, it can be hidden away and you can still use it. But this isn't exactly how I use it, because I want my builds to be completely CC free so that you can easily find it on the gallery and you don't have to have anything else. This is how I use this cheat, or this CC item. So yeah, I will leave this link in the description down below, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and jump right on into how I use this really amazing shelf. Okay, so as you can see here, I got some items laid out. It's kind of a mishmash of items. I know, looks a little crazy, I know, but bear with me. I'm going to show you all how I use that shelf to clutter these surfaces up a lot easier than it normally would be, I guess. But as you can see, you can find the shelf under the displays category in your catalog. You can also find it right here wherever the clutter is, which is really handy because that's exactly what people use this shelf for. So it's really smart of the creator to put it there and everything. And you can see right here, it has an invisible swatch. But so it just kind of disappears. And now, obviously, the intention of this item is that you can use move objects. Make sure to have bb. Move objects on typed in your cheat bar. Let me just show you really quickly. bb. Move objects on, and just make sure that cheat is on. And then in order to move things freely off of the grid like this, or like this, just make sure to hold down Alt. It's that simple and that easy, and that's pretty big factor into how you do this. So yeah, to start, I thought I would show you how to clutter this little refrigerator surface, which they should have slots here anyway. That would make a lot of sense, just saying, EA, but I'll go ahead and show you. So to start with, you can do this with a lot of different like shelves and stuff like that, but this shelf has a lot of slots. So like you can see how there's so many spaces I can put this, tissue box. And also a lot of different items actually go on that surface, because there's certain certain things like won't latch onto certain surfaces, but I'll get into that in a bit. But yeah, so what I do to start with is I make sure my camera is, what I do is another thing I want to remind you all. Use the Sims 3 camera in the Sims 4 if you're building. The Sims 4 camera, it will not really allow you to do this at all. Like, you can't get a good angle. Like, it's kind of weird. I don't understand it. It just feels wrong. So yeah, just use the Sims 3 camera so that you can get a nice straight on view like this, and you can actually achieve this height, this angle by using your middle click, basically your scroll wheel or whatever is middle click for you, and rotate. I actually, a long time ago, I had a mouse that didn't have the middle click working anymore, so I use control and right click, and that does the same thing, except it's a little different. But yeah, I'm just so used to that now. But yeah, basically what you do is you take the shelf and you hold down Alt. Make sure you're holding down Alt with Move Objects on, and you basically line the surface of the shelf up with the surface that you're wanting to clutter up. Then you grab whatever items you want. We'll just grab these, and as you can see, you just place them onto the surface of that shelf, so that it's on there, that it remembers that level whenever you remove it. So I'll show you in a sec. Then you take that item and see how it floats. It still is, since Move Objects is on, it's still kind of, I guess, programmed. I don't know how to word it, to be at that height still. So you hold down Alt and it takes it off the grid. And then you just kind of see how my cursor is like way down below where it really is. This just like, you can do it anywhere, and you can just kind of freely move it and just kind of slightly rotate with Alt. That's another thing too. You hold down Alt while you rotate and it takes that off the grid too, so it's super handy. And voila, look at that. Isn't that cute? Isn't that nice? I love cluttering up surfaces like this. It's easy to go overboard. So yeah, thankfully this kind of stuff will not affect your Sims routing or anything like that. So, you can pretty much place anything up there. You can place that. You can place these lemon things too if you want. Pretty much the possibilities are limitless. You can pretty much do anything that will latch itself to the shelf. There are certain items that these normal shelves here, like there are certain items that won't go on that shelf. So as you can see, this thing, well, it looks like it is now because I'm using Move Objects, but you can see this plant does not latch onto that shelf, but it does on this one. And then look at that. Isn't that cute? You just keep doing that for pretty much everything. It's the same concept over and over. This table here, I love using it for a TV stand, but of course the TV doesn't latch onto it at all, or at least the smaller TVs. You can't really do this with a big TV, but thankfully these are on the wall and you can kind of fake it, and everything. But if you want to put the smaller TV on these tables, you just do the same thing. Just make sure that the surface is lined up with the table surface, and then you just put the TV on the shelf, the trusty red shelf, and then hold down Alt, and there you go. It's awesome. It's seamless. There's no gaps, because this is what it would normally be if we were just doing Move Objects and using the 0 and 9 keys. It's either going to be cutting into the table or it's going to be floating above it. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look intentional. So, you can do that with pretty much any surface. As you can see, I've got the toilet here. I know this is random, but hear me out. And some people have commented that this is a fire hazard if it was real life, but hey, it's not real life. So you can do whatever you want in The Sims. But yeah, you can just place the candle there. Isn't that cool? Isn't that simple? Isn't that neat? I love that. I actually really like doing that a lot. I just forget to do it. You can do the little plant too if you want. And look at that. Isn't that cute? Isn't that simple? And same concept with these chairs. This is really fun to do. It's like you can put the chair on the front porch and then you just place like a pot on it. See, look, again, this does not latch onto that shelf. It does on this one though. And then look at that. Isn't that cute? I actually love that. That looks good. Same concept for these crazy shelves here. The bookshelves in The Sims 4, they leave a lot to be desired when it comes to placing items on them. Like you can see, it's like what is that? Like, why would you do that? And obviously this is where it gets a little tricky. So basically what I do when I want to clutter these shelves up here, see, because if I do that trick with Move Objects and try to do that, they go back to those slots that are already in the shelf already. So what I do is I just take whatever items I can and just fill up all the slots. And that's it. That's all the slots there are. So since I want to clutter this shelf up with books properly, I just do that trick, but make sure that there's items in those slots. And it's going to look a little bit messy at first, of course, and it takes a little bit of trial and error. But once you get the whole shelf finished, you can't just do one like one shelf and then move on to the next. See, it's a little bit tricky because you kind of have to figure out where you left off. But yeah, like it takes a little bit of finagling with a mouse. It just takes practice, really. It's annoying as heck, but you can do the same thing. We'll enlarge these books with the bracket keys, and we'll put it onto the shelf. We'll line this up here, and then ta-da! Look at that. Isn't that nice? It looks so much more filled in there. Like this just looks random and weird. I don't know why they left this shelf completely open. I'm like, there's nothing you can put here aside from maybe a TV. Just saying, like you can put that TV. That actually looks good. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this little mini tutorial. I haven't done one of these in a really long time. I definitely hope to do more. If there's anything else that you would like for me to, you know, show you all, like any tricks that you see me do in the game and while I'm building and everything in my videos, just be sure to leave them in the comments down below. Also check out the description because that is where I will link this handy dandy shelf here. Definitely go follow Picture Amoeba. Picture Amoeba has some really amazing CC out there. A lot of recolors that are honestly sometimes too much, but in the best way. Like, oh my goodness, like you could have so much CC from just them. It's crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If there's anything I missed, be sure to ask me, you know, anything in the comments down below. I'll be sure to try to, you know, answer them as easily as I can. And of course, there's probably been a whole lot of other creators out there that have done videos like this. I'm just saying, I just wanted to make sure that you all were covered with a tutorial based around this crazy little CC item here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird and beware of the nargles.